The first fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk was an absolutely fascinating tactical clash in which small details became very, very big things. Now, you guys might have been watching this little video series I've been doing, or you may have seen the full tactical game film analysis that I did earlier in this week. And what I looked at, one of the things I looked at in this video was the right uppercut of Tyson Fury and how effective it was in this fight. I also talked to you about how Usyk made the adjustments to get around this. So in this video, I'm going to be taking that component and that chapter and showing you how Fury had success with the right uppercut, why it was so effective, and how Usyk adapted and changed and made it something that didn't affect him anymore. If you do want to go and check out this component of the fight, this tactical nuance in the full context of the fight, I've got the link in the description for the full game film analysis video. It's nearly an hour long, but if you just want to watch it here, this is the thing I'm going to be going into here. This is a chapter that I've extracted. As I say, it was a very, very important factor in this fight. It was something that gave Tyson Fury a good chance. And when I do my video, which will be looking at the rematch and the tactics for the fight, I'm going to be talking about this component again, but I've got some ideas about how Fury can tweak it to make it even more effective in the rematch. As I say, guys, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you wouldn't mind, if you would use my DAZN link to buy the fight, it doesn't cost you anything extra, it just helps to support my channel, it gives me a share of the revenue, so if you do want to buy the fight, if you use my link, I'd really appreciate that, but without further ado, let's get into this video. So watch here, Fury's loosened up a little bit, he's got both hands low actually, and he's being a bit more proactive in my opinion. Touches Usyk there, Interestingly though, now watch this, Fury actually, I think he does this deliberately, and it's something you see fighters doing where they'll aim the jab over one shoulder or the other shoulder, because if he throws his jab there, he knows Usyk's head's going to go this way. If he throws his jab here, he knows Usyk's head is going to go this way. And the point of that is to move them so that you know you can land your backhand. So watch this. Watch Fury's jab. He fires it. Usyk gets his head off, but look, it ends up over Usyk's right shoulder. That's nowhere near where Usyk's head was. If I go back, Usyk's head, I suppose it was there, but look, if I move, he's moved. I think that he's aimed that deliberately over Usyk's right shoulder, there. So watch, he fires it over. Now, he can anticipate that Usyk will dip his head to this position here, as discussed, which is in perfect line for the Fury right hand. Now, he doesn't hit the head there, he hits the body, Fury, and it's partially guarded, but no doubt that would have done a bit of damage. And that is the first time Fury's had a bit of success with that right uppercut. And that is a story of things to come. Because Usyk so often in that first round was taking his head off the line, was throwing shots, which means he's also in range for Fury. Fury can start to read it and go, okay, the right uppercut is my money shot. That is the shot I need to use. Something I want to show you though is same round and why it's not easy for Fury to do this. People say, oh, just throw the right uppercut more. I've seen comments on my channel, people just saying he needs to throw more right uppercuts. It's got to be done in an educated way. You can't just chuck them in willy-nilly and expect that they'll land, because watch what Usyk does here. And I said before, for the southpaw, the aim is to go counterclockwise. So watch what Usyk does here. Standing in front of Fury here. Fury just touches. And this is what Fury likes to do to set up big shots. He'll sort of touch you, or he'll touch you with the jab, or he might throw, he might just chuck in a little throwaway left hook, just touch you there very gently. Really just to give him a point of reference, really just to give him a point to anchor off. So little touch, instantly goes to the right uppercut. Look what Usyk does. Little skip round. And Fury completely misses. That's all he does. Little shuffle step. Boom, boom. So he gets around, and not only does Fury miss, but it creates an angle for Usyk as well. Fury moves away, and that's fine. But the point here is that Fury's just had a bit of success with the uppercut. I mean, borderline success. Usyk's already showing you he's got solutions for that. It's not as easy as just chucking a right uppercut. I will show you how it works moving forward, but just so you understand this is not necessarily a flaw in Usyk. It's just that it's one way he could potentially get to him, but Usyk still has the answers. The fact that Usyk has to gamble so much more because it's a big man, he's got to really try to close the distance. That is really, in my mind, what leads Usyk to getting hit. If Fury was smaller, this is why I say Usyk's pound for pound best. I'm rambling here, but this is why I say he's pound for pound number one, because he gives up the weight advantage massively, the size advantage massively, and it's pure boxing skill and brains and intelligence that allow him to compete with these bigger guys. And just to show you here, this is the second setup that Usyk typically uses to avoid the right uppercut. Again, in the same round. In this round, Fury's tried the right uppercut, and Usyk has already shown you two different ways he can stop that from happening. So he steps in, as I said before, Fury carries this low lead hand, and Usyk now is starting to shift his thinking more towards the head. So he jabs in here to the head, it falls slightly short. Fury, you see Fury, what he does here, he's stepping this foot round. And, you don't want to be caught stepping particularly, but Fury uses it to lean slightly, plant his foot, and as he rips this uppercut in, you see what Usyk does here? It sounds mad, but he moves his head down. And by doing so, he actually avoids the uppercut. And it's something you'll see time and time again in this fight. By leaning forward like this, it makes it difficult to hit him. And that is, again, something we can discuss in the next video. What can Fury adjust there to make that a bit more effective? But he dips down, and then what happens? Head again. And Fury pulls back, and it misses. But again, you can see Fury is not ready to be landed on yet to the head. He's still doing a good job. I mean, you know, he has landed Usyk, of course, but with consistency, with power, Fury's not there yet. But you see how they both show they're in a place right now where I can get away from what you need to do to me. I can get away from what... Sorry, I can get away from what you need to do to me. You can get away from what I need to do to you.
Is saying exactly that in the corner.
You know, this is a really big moment for Fury. This is the first time we see Usyk sort of a bit shaken in the fight. Jabs up to the guard. And again, this little check sort of, it's like a little check hook almost that Fury does. But, you know, the idea of it, it's purely there. Like, you see he almost opens his palm out and puts it on the shoulder. And it's to create leverage. It's to create leverage for this hand coming through here. So watch. Usyk lands to the body there, but as he does that, again, Fury's throwing when he throws, and he lands that right uppercut there to the body of Usyk, and it comes all the way through, and you see here Usyk, he sort of wobbles. He sort of wobbles for a moment, and that's the first time in the fight where, you know, you think, gosh, Usyk's actually, you know, potentially in a bit of trouble here, and Fury's really starting to have some success with these right uppercuts. And this sequence here is big for Fury. And for me, this is all to do with those body shots. Usyk's slowing down. The feints aren't there anymore. The head movement's gone down a bit. The feet aren't quite as quick and reactive. Fury extends the jab hand here. And again, you know, now he's starting to touch Usyk's guard a bit more. He splits the guard there slightly. Steps in. And again, he's taking more chances now, Fury, because he's isolating Usyk with that lead hand. Usyk's not moving away or in or out, not getting his head off the line the way he was before as much. So when he touches again, he's there. Now I can go with the big shot. This time, rather than going with the uppercut, you see Usyk's defense here is the uppercut defense I showed you before. He dips down. You see he holds his position there. Typically, if it was the uppercut, it would go up and miss. But Fury's turned it into a hook. And so he actually lands to the side of the head there a little bit. Then you see Usyk comes back with his own jab. Fury slips it. And then he goes up top. And you'll see here, left hook to the body. Sort of uppercut, sort of a shovel hook. Catches him down low there. Again, another great body shot. Now watch here. This is a big shot for Fury. This is probably Fury's best punch of the fight. Double jab from Usyk. It's on the second one, so watch. One, but Fury, you know, he's ignoring that jab. And again, he's thrown this little check shot. Watch his hand here. Watch where that goes. It comes up and it loops around and it doesn't even touch Usyk. It just skims in front, but it's just to create that leverage. It's sort of a fake left hook. It's weird. He almost throws his uppercut through his own left hook. It's to distract Usyk. So that comes through, and boom, he hits Usyk on the chin. And that was probably Fury's best punch of the fight. And this is where you're like, damn, this is a Fury round. This is an effective round for Fury, and this right uppercut is really doing some damage. Again, just to show Usyk's quality here, to show you that he's always looking for that solution. In this position here, Usyk employing that tactic, get around the man in a counterclockwise fashion, sorry. Gets around, does a little step. As he's going, Fury tries to throw the uppercut, but Usyk's not there anymore. You see it misses. And already he's finding adjustments for it. Now we're in round 7 here, and things are kind of on a knife edge, and I want to show you what happens here. I think this is there's so many moments there's so many small moments that encapsulate such a big narrative in this fight. That's why I love this fight. Watch what Usyk does here. Little foot feint, and you know, Fury's on the back foot again. Usyk steps in here, and he does that thing we've been talking about all fight. Head off the line. Throws a jab, throws the backhand, 1-2 to the body. And I think it's smart here that he reestablishes the body work straight away, because that's what gave him a real grip in the fight in the first few rounds. Watch here though, Fury, he's become more confident with the right uppercut. He feels that that's the shot for him. You watch here, he touches and he goes with the right uppercut. This was working perfectly the last round or two. So he touches, jab even gets through there and hits Usyk a little bit. Well, does it? I think it falls short actually. Let's see. Through the guard. No, I think it just misses. But he goes up. And what does Usyk do? He just stays where he is. He keeps his hand up and it misses. And Fury actually almost hits himself there. But Usyk, you can see he's not going to stop going in the pocket just because of that uppercut. Fury has found that shot. He thinks it works for him now. And I'm going to show you how Usyk turns things around from this point onwards. So at this point in the fight, the right uppercuts are still working well for Tyson Fury. You see his right hand here, left hand low, as ever. Usyk, you know, throws this little jab. It's just a throwaway jab, and he wants to move in there and do his work. But this time, rather than doing anything to check Usyk, Fury just throws the right hand straight away. So rather than going with that first shot, you know, that would require Usyk to parry that or block that or whatever, he just goes straight with the right uppercut this time, and he catches Usyk there. And it's actually kind of Usyk's own doing. You know, he's trying to get his head off the line a little bit. Because he moves his head too far to the outside, his head comes out of the line of his guard here. So you'll see, boom, gets caught with that right uppercut, and it's a good headshot for Fury there. This moment's huge. I'll show you this, watch. And like I said to you before, Usyk did two things that swung this fight in his favor. He dealt with those uppercuts and he started landing headshots. I've shown you the techniques he used to deal with those uppercuts. Watch here. So as he's stepping in with a high guard, Fury goes with the little check. Look, that's the setup there, isn't it? That little check just touches there, and then you know that this is going to come through. You know that's what's happening next. Watch. Slings it through. Usyk does that duck I showed you where you dip down and away. It's like that sort of motion. Down, and he misses completely, Fury. And taking away that, making sure that he's safe from that was the key for Usyk to turn this back in his favor. Now, Fury's also tireder. Fury's defense isn't as good. He still has the low lead hands. So what happens next? Let me show you, people. And now watch this one. In the corner, Fury. Usyk's hunting him down, slips inside. Again, you know, and this is a great example of it because he puts it all together here, the two key things. Gets his head to the side, goes all the way down, avoids the right uppercut, which ends up sort of over here. And what does Usyk do from here? He stopped the right uppercut. Now he's going to attack. He slings that shot and it kind of bounces off Fury's shoulder. But again, it's that second phase that gets Fury. Because his hands don't go up, Fury, and because he's not fresh enough right now to continue to slip, bounces off his shoulder. Phase 2, boom, nice clean shot to the head. And Fury, you know, that's a big shot he's eaten there from Usyk. And, you know, I think the only reason Usyk doesn't press him a bit more there is, you know, Fury's found his balance, but also Usyk is tired himself. So again, here in round 9, Usyk just making sure he's safe. So he's advancing with a high guard. Usyk's got such a good high guard as well. You know, you see the way it protects his whole body, but he's got a little gap there that he can just look through so he can still see stuff. It's a very effective high guard that he uses. Defensive, everything he does is absolutely brilliant. So you see, dips onto the jab there. Now it's interesting with Fury because one of the keys to him landing those shots is this hand not being above the head, but being around about here, or maybe even in here, because then he can kind of hold Usyk in position a bit more and feel where he is, so that backhand can go through and land. In this instance here, Usyk's still free to move, so he gets around. And nothing doing with that Fury backhand because, as I said before, he wants to get over here. He wants to get away from the Tyson Fury backhand. He does that. He establishes that safety early on this round, and Fury can't quite land it there. And this from Usyk here is absolutely genius boxing because at this point, we know Fury's looking for that right uppercut. We know he's going to try and throw it. It's one of the only things that's really worked for him in terms of landing really clean, heavy punches that could turn the tide in his favor. Usyk knows this. And this reminds me so much of the the Joshua Dubois fight where AJ's gone and thrown that right uppercut. Because we know what beats a right uppercut, a short hand, a short shot, something straight. And I've got to show you this because I think Usyk here just deals with this perfectly. So watch what he does. He steps in with the jab and he throws the backhand. And you see what happens here. I'll take it back. He steps in and straight away, look, Fury's going for this shot, but Usyk is safe because he's going with this hand here, which is it's been thrown instantly. So he knows if I go with this 1-2 straight away, it's going to take my head away from the danger. But also, I'm going to beat him to it. So jab there. Fury instantly tries to release the hand, but you look, because of the situation here, Usyk's going straight to the target. Fury has to go with his hand. He has to go down and up. So it's just a longer route to firing your shot. So watch. As Fury goes down, Usyk's already thrown. Now it hits the shoulder. And Fury's uppercut does connect a little bit. Then Usyk goes with a second left hook. And he catches Fury on the chest. Fury said these shots didn't hurt him. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous to say. But you see he lands that second shot there. And he goes again. A quick little shot. And Fury sort of almost nods in acknowledgement there. That's a good shot from Usyk. And just to be clear, guys, you know, when I talk about this defense and all this sort of thing, it's not the last time Fury lands an uppercut or anything like that, but the significant ones are gone. You know, he's not landing to the head anymore. He's not really slowing Usyk down the same way he was. They're not as heavy. I think Usyk reads them a bit better. And the tendency of Usyk landing to the head from the early rounds to these rounds has gone up dramatically.